good morning, everyone. Paul McMann here with Forex Smart Trade. Forex Smart Trade, our mission is to help you become the best version of yourself. And we do that by helping you become financially independent, by teaching you how to currency trade with our super accurate proprietary trading tools and our best in the business, one-on-one personalized training. We think the only way to really succeed as a currency trader is to be able to be mentored one-on-one by an experienced trader where you get your questions answered and you're able to go at a pace that works for you. With that, in this session, we do a couple different trades. One is a trade called the 10-point trade. Another is a trade called the thick orange line trade. We've got a dozen different signals that we're able to trade from using our tools. I'm focusing on two of them. These are a little different. If you're in the light program, we start you out a little simple, more simple in trading on kind of a shorter term candle. The goal here is twofold. One, actually threefold. One is to give you some instruction on trading. If you watch a good trader trade and walk through their process, that will improve you. Two is for those who haven't gone into the program, for you to see how accurate our tools are by just copying our trades and seeing if they work. And three, to kind of show you how much fun trading is. And how it can change your life. Trading provides you the opportunity to get a full-time income. Really only working part-time once you're able to do it. And the best part is that once we've trained you, we'll let you trade with our money. So with that, let us get going. We first have to listen to this guy. So let's do that.
Due to federal and state regulations, we are providing the following disclosure. Please stay tuned, as this will take less than a minute. Foreign exchange, futures, and cryptocurrency trading are highly risky, and you can lose all the money you invest should you decide to engage in live trading. We are not responsible for your investment, trading, or tax decisions. We are not licensed financial advisors, traders, accountants, stockbrokers, or attorneys. We are not licensed commodities brokers and do not engage in or facilitate commodities transactions. We are not an introducing broker and we make no recommendation as to where you should invest or what broker you should trade with. As you apply what you learn, we recommend you seek advice from licensed professionals. Any trade results that we show should not be considered typical of our students. We do not and cannot track the results or performance of our students' private trading accounts. We do not know what a typical or average student earns or loses trading. This is not a get-rich-quick program, guaranteed system, or business opportunity. We sell training and trading tools. We make no promises our training or tools will generate future income for students, and you may not make your investment back, including your investment in this training. Any redistribution or recording of this material is strictly prohibited without advanced written permission.
All right, we're done with that guy. Just a heads up for those of you here. In the next week or so, we are going to be changing over to Zoom, so the login instructions will change. One of the other benefits of trading with us is that we do live trades every day. When you're in the light program, we do them Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. When you are a regular member, we do a live trade in the morning, which typically is a scalp trade, and then a live trade in the evening at 10 p.m., which is a longer term trade. We do a trade on Sunday when the market opens, and we give you continual training and feedback to keep your game up there. I trade off of a little trade routine, like a pilot's checklist, just to make sure that everything is that I'm following my procedure. I've already checked that the green charts and MetaTrader 4 is connected and live. Good practice is to review what you did at the end of the day, to review what you've done, specifically focusing on the trades that didn't go the way you planned them. By doing this, you will get better because you'll be able to figure out the mistakes that you've made. I recommend taking a screenshot so that you can go back. You've got the exact moment where you took the trade and what you were looking at. And if it didn't go the way you thought, you can review that with a coach or with me, and we can tell you why it didn't go well. And in some cases, you may get everything right, and the trade still goes against you. But you will get better by reviewing yesterday. Earlier in the week, on Monday evening, we didn't find a trade. On Tuesday morning, we found 2 trades, and both hits. Both were what were they? Thick orange line trades, little 5-pip scalps. So both were good. We are technical traders. Being technical traders means we trade specifically on price action, and which our tools are very good at figuring out. But news impacts currency, and if you've been paying attention to news outside of this news, there are a lot of problems going on, and when there's problems in the country, that's opportunity for those who recognize that the problem is an opportunity. We have got the government finally announced yesterday that inflation's at 5%. Those of you who've been buying gas should have seen inflation is probably more than 5%. Just by the gas price alone, and everything you buy is tied to it being moved somewhere. So when gasoline goes up, it impacts everything. Stock market, if you've got money in stocks, I myself would move it to a cash position because the market's way overvalued. A number of different indicators suggest that, from the Warren Buffett indicator to whatever one you want to look at. The market is overinflated, and that's primarily because the government's pumped so much cash into the system. But there are opportunities there. So learning how to currency trade is your hedge against those problems. So with that, well, going back to the news, on a kind of a micro level, we go to forexfactory.com. It breaks news items down for the day that will impact currency. And it breaks it down into yellow, which is low impact, orange, which is high, medium impact, and red, which is high impact. And at 8:30 this morning, we get the USD PPIs being announced, which is enough to move the market. And that is coupled with 2 orange news items right behind it. We don't want to take a dollar trade this morning. It's too close to 8:30. Ideally, I like to be out of it 2 hours beforehand, and we are already within that 2-hour window. We will look at the U.S. pairs just because part of what we're doing here is is like training, but we won't spend too much time. But right now, these news items, we don't know how these news items are going to impact. So. And then everything else is good until tomorrow. And again, there's tomorrow morning again at 8:30. We're expecting there's more news on the USD. So today and tomorrow, we need to worry about USD first thing in the morning. So with that, let us go into our technical analysis. I have this is a chart that y'all have if you're using the green charts, the light 6 major. I call it the composite chart. It allows us to take a look at 6 different currency pairs. Very quickly, I trade primarily off of a 1-hour chart. And on the 10-point trade, I start with the middle section, the majors and minors. When the lines are above the blue line, that means the market is overbought. So that is a good selling opportunity. When the lines are below the red line, that is the market is oversold. When the market's overbought, I want all the lines pointing down. And when they're pointing down, that is the first part of the signal. We do have that here. The red and green, which are the major indicators, are pointing down. Blue and gray, or the gray and black, are the minor indicators. They're pointing down. I don't like this because we're going sideways, more sideways than down. But technically, we have all 3 points here. All 3 points are: 1, that we are overbought; 2, that the lines are pointing down; and 3, that we have a double cross. That is the red line. When we're going down, the red line is on top. The red and the black line are on top, and we have that. We have the 2 orange lines. If I have all 3 here, I'm going to jump up to the TNTs. 2 orange lines going down, dotted blue going up. I want to see how many of these lines are consistent with what I'm seeing here. Orange are directional, blue are non-directional or inverted. So when blue goes up, that means it's a sell. So I got 3 of the 4. I need a minimum of 3 out of 4. I've got up pressure here. Up pressure, the lines are going up. However, the red line is on top of the green line, and the lines are diverging. If I've got the red line on top, I've got a point here. So I've got 1 point here, 3 points here, 3 points here. So I've got 7 out of the 10. If I have 7 out of the 10, that is a good trade. However, we got a news item coming up, so we're going to pass. This is also a setup. We've got 7 out of 10 here. All the lines are coming down. In fact, this one's a little bit better than what we saw on the AUDUSD. The lines are more pointed down. They have entered the channel, but the majors aren't halfway yet, so I still like this. These 2 orange lines are coming down very steeply. The 2 blue lines are going up, so I've got 4 out of the 4 here. And the red has just crossed over the green, so I've got a point here. So I've got 8 points here. Again, we're going to pass because I don't want to be holding the Euro USD when that happens. Again, another setup here. With the pound dollar, everybody's going. I've got the 3 points here. These lines aren't quite as steep as these lines. The steeper the lines, the better. 2 orange lines going down, 2 blue lines going up, and red is crossed over. So we've got the signal here. So I'm just showing you the signal, even though the next part of this trade would be to go into a more detailed analysis, but I'm not going to do that because I don't want to take the trade because of the news. Oversold, miners are going down, so nothing there. Oversold, everybody's going up. We don't have really much steepness here, so I don't like this. Technically, we do have 3 points and 4 points with the TNTs, 2 oranges going up, 2 blues going down, and the green pressure's going down, but green is on top and the lines are diverging. So we've got 8 points there, but we're going to pass. US yen, this is a good setup here. And normally anything with the USD is going to drive it. Good setup. 2 orange lines going up, thick blue coming down, dotted blue flat. So we've got 3 of the 4 here. We do not have the pressure. So we wouldn't take this trade. But let's go on to the next one and see what we've got. Now these are non-US pairs. Euro pound. Oversold. Everybody's going up. And I've got I don't have the double cross. Oh, wait. No, I do have the double cross. It was way back here. Gray is on top and green is on top. So I've got 3 points here. I am not crazy about the steepness of the slope here. I'd like to see this steeper, but I do have 3 points, 2 orange lines going up, 2 blue lines going up. The 2 blue lines going up means sell. So I don't have 3 out of the 4 here. So we're going to pass. So this is kind of confirming what my thoughts were on the with related to what the slope of the majors were. So we'll pass. Australian dollar, yen, minors going down, majors going up, so we don't have consistency. Euro, Canadian dollar, we're oversold. Minors have started to go up, majors still going down. Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar, oversold, but the lines are going down. Pound, yen, overbought. Minors are going sideways. Actually, everybody's going sideways, so we'll pass. Euro, Australian dollar, oversold, but we don't have the double cross. And the reason we're looking for all of these elements, these charts, once you get to know them, are terrific because it makes it very simple to see if you've got a trade or not. And the more things that we get to line up, the higher our accuracy is going to be in being able to make to take that trade and have confidence in that trade. And you really only need a couple trades a day to make money at this. Over Canadian dollar, yen overbought, and we've got inconsistency on the majors and minors. Euro, New Zealand dollar oversold. Majors and minors are still going down. Pound, New Zealand dollar, minors are going up, but the majors are starting to come down. So inconsistency. New Zealand dollar, yen overbought, and we don't have consistency. Majors are still going up, minors are going down. Gold in the dollar, gold went way up yesterday, and that was based on that inflation news. Overbought, going up, so got nothing there. Bitcoin, Bitcoin dollar, oversold. Everybody's going up. The minors have kind of already gone through the channel. The majors are just entering into the channel. 2 orange lines are going up. Two blue lines are going down. So I got 4 here. Oh, and I don't have the pressure with me. I've got kind of sideways pressure. We're not going to take a trade on the dollar anyways, but I do kind of like this setup that we're seeing here on the majors. Like this is the steepness that I like to see. And specifically right here, you can see the green line increased in slope, less steep, more steep. So I like that when you see this steepness on the lines increase. But we're going to pass because it's got the USD. Australian, Canadian dollar. We're just getting to oversold. Swiss franc, yen. Minors have entered the channel. Majors have turned, going up, so we don't have agreement. Euro, yen. The minors are going through the channel, almost at the oversold. Majors have turned, so we don't have agreement. Pound, Australian dollar, overbought. Minors are going up. Majors have started to turn, but we don't have, they're not going down. New Zealand dollar, Swiss franc, overbought, going sideways here. Canadian dollar, Swiss franc, overbought. and going sideways. They haven't really committed to going down yet. As we discussed, or was requested last week, I put some indices on here. So I've created a fifth chart. What I did is I just took one of the initial charts, took the initial chart, and then cloned it, and then just changed the pairs and resaved it with a new name. So the 100 GBY, like I don't know what the indices are. I don't know. I've never traded the indices. But the great thing is I don't need to know what the indices are, because if I have the signal, I've got the signal. The tool works on any chart. So we're overbought. Majors going up, minors going down, so nothing there. Again, inconsistent. Minors are going up. Majors going up, minors going down. These two look very similar in terms of what we're seeing. Australian index just reaching overbought. The U30 USD, minors coming down, majors still going up. NAS USD, we have the beginning of a signal here. Minors going down, majors going down. Don't quite like the steepness here. 2 orange lines going down. Thick blue going up. So I've got 3 of the 4. And I've got red on top. And the lines are diverging. So I like this. Only problem is we got the USD. So we're going to pass on the USD. We're not going to take a trade. All of our USD indicators are showing a down move. But again, I'm going to wait. Usually whatever that information is, that's going to be announced at 8:30. Sometimes leaks out a little bit beforehand. But right now we're seeing down here. But I'm not going to try to outguess it, and neither should you. I'm not going to try to outguess it, neither should you. So just let's wait until we have a good clean signal. The F40 euro overbought. Minors are starting to come down. Majors still going up. So we've just gone through 30 pairs using the 10-point signal and haven't found anything. But the great thing is we've got multiple signals that we can trade off of. So I'm going to go back and we're going to flip up the switch and use the thick orange line trade. Thick orange trade is a simple little scalp trade, good for 5 pips. When you see the signal, it's about 90% accurate. And basically, it is going to rely on what's going on with this thick orange line. And the number that's associated with this thick orange line is up here. And it is a scaled number that goes from 0 when the line is as low as it can go. And when it is at 0, it is telling us it believes there's no more down in the movement. If there's no more down in the movement, that's time to take a buy. Likewise, when it is at 10, it is telling us it believes there's no more up in the movement. If there's no more up in the movement, that's time to take a sell. However, we don't like to trade on just one piece of information. So we're going to look for confirmation that indeed it's maxed out or petered out. So it doesn't have to be exactly 0 or 10. It can be within 1 point of either. This trade is good at the top of the hour when there are less than 5 minutes left in the hour. And we're at that point now. So because what happens is when it's maxed out, when it's at 10 or 0, and we have confirmation of that, when the candle switches, it's like you're pulling an elastic, and when the candle switches, there's a new candle comes up. It's like you let go of the elastic, and there's a little bit of a snapback. So we're trying to catch that little snapback at the top of the hour. So 1.5 isn't 0 or 1. 2.7 isn't 0 or 1. 2.7 isn't 0 or 1. 8.6 isn't 0 or 1. 8.3 isn't 0 or 1. 0 or 10. 5.6 isn't 0 or 10. 5 5 is a no. 1.1, this is close, but I like to stay within the rules, so it's not close enough. 2.5 is not 0 or 10. 4.2 is not 0 or 10. 1.9 is not 0 or 10. 6.7 isn't 0 or 10. So let's go to our next group. 5.2, not there. 8.8 is close, but not there. 7.4, no. 2.1, no. 6.7, no. 10. Ding, ding, ding. We've got 10. When we have 10, to get to confirmation, I am going to look to my majors and minors, and I want to see all 4 lines well above the blue. Right now we got the gray line above the blue, but the majors are still just entering the channel. So I don't have the second part of the signal. If we had the signal, if the signal was there, I would consider taking this, even though we've got that news coming up, because we're still an hour and a half away from it. And this is kind of a quick little trade. I would expect it to close within the hour. But we don't have the signal. We have the 10, but my majors and minor lines aren't telling me that we're maxed out. So I'm going to pass. Australian Canadian 1.4 isn't 0 or 10. Canadian Swiss franc yen 2.6, no. Euro yen 2.5, no. 5.6, no. Swiss New Zealand Swiss franc 2.9, no. Canadian dollar Swiss franc 9.3, that is a yes. And the lines are above. Oh, this is kind of interesting. Normally, when we catch this, the lines are still going up. So we're going to get that little snap. Here, they've already started to turn a little bit. Let's go ahead and take this. Canadian Swiss franc. We were overbought. We've got the 10, and actually it's down to 9. So let's open up our MetaTrader 4, and that is Canadian Swiss franc, Canadian dollar Swiss franc. I'm going to see if I've got it open. I do. When I have it open, if I don't have it open, I'm going to go to File, New Chart, and find it. And it's going to probably be down in this 3rd section, but I've got it here. So then I'm going to go to the second line and go to New Order. I'm going to click New Order. I have $11,000 in this account. So I'm going to move my decimal spot over 4 places to figure out my lot size. So I'm going to take a lot of 1.1. And it is a sell. So I'm not going to worry about the stop loss or take profit right now. So I'm going to click sell, put that in there. This trade is always good for 5 pips. So once I've got it in there, I then right click anywhere along the line. It highlights it in blue. I go to modify. The little modify thing lets me put in my stop loss. So 5 pips and take profit. 5 pips is 50 points. I click the little blue button and it does the math for me. We're going to use a 4-to-1 because of the accuracy of this trade. It wins 9 times out of 10. So I will be ahead net pips by doing this. And the only other thing I like to do is I like to make sure I get the full 5 pips. So if I get in at 0.7432, I add, this is a sell. So if I take 5 away from 0.7432, I'm going to go to 74272. So I'm going to just adjust this to get my full 5 pips. So we've got to take. I'm going to see if we get one more trade here real quick, and then I'll give you the numbers. Or did we already miss it? Up, we're on to the next one. So we missed the other ones. The other thing I like to see is when the candle does change, some traders like to see this number go down by 1, which we just about got. It was right around 9.3 when we took it. Like, it went from like 9.3 while we were watching it to 9.1. So it is starting to come down. I would expect this trade to close within the hour. All right, so we found one trade today. To recap, we went through 30 pairs looking for a thick orange line trade. I like the thick orange line trade because that trade is usually good for between, off of a 1-hour chart, that trade is usually good for between 5 and 30 pips. And I'm happy to get 10 pips out of it for the amount of effort. We didn't see anything. Oh, we did see some setups on the on the USD. We didn't take the trade because the news coming out. Now after, say 30 minutes after that news on the USD, that's an opportunity to start trading again. So then we flipped over to the our little scalp trade, the thick orange line trade. We saw a setup on the CAD CHF for a sell. This trade's always good for 5 pips. So we put in a sell with a take profit of 0.74272, 0.74272, and a stop loss of 0.74526, and we will expect that to close sometime within the next hour. Let's see if we've got any questions. What happened to trade with the indexes? We've got the indexes up there. I created a new chart with the indexes, but we didn't see a signal. We didn't see a signal today. So the indexes are up on chart 5, but there wasn't a signal, so we passed. So we've added that to the repertoire in our walkthrough, but there was no signal this morning. On the new, when we switch over to Zoom, yeah. So in the email, there'll be instructions. I send out an email on Monday night. If we have it ready to go by Monday, the email will have the new login instructions. Also, if you want to see the login instructions, they are always posted on the results page. So if you go to forexsmarttrade.com/results, if you can't find the email or whatnot, the login instructions will be here. So, okay, gang, thanks so much for being here. Trading will change your life once you learn how to do it, and we're here to help you do that, and we are so confident we let you trade our money. Couldn't have anything better than that. So very good. We'll see you next session Monday evening, 6:30 p.m. All right, bye-bye.